Welcome to One Question at a Time, the TSI series. Question number 129. What is the volume of the attached cylinder? Leave pi in your answer. So to solve for this questions, we have to know the formula. The formula of the volumes for cylinders is pi times radius square. H is the height, times height. Okay. And how we memorize it? Remember, the top and the bottoms of the cylinders is the circle. So you need the area of the circle, which is pi r squared. You multiply by how many layers, which is the height, and then you have the volume of the cylinder. Like how many circles you have in between the top and the bottom one, which is add up to the height, right? So you multiply by the area of the base. The area of the base times the height will give you the volume. So we just kind of plug in the formulas as we knowing it. So volume is equal pi r is 3 centimeters square times h is 6. Okay. So radius is 3, height is 6. So volume equal pi times 3 square times 6. And they say leave pi alone. So just kind of don't worry about that. Just calculate the numbers. So 3 square is 3 times 3. That is 9. Then 9 times 6, that is 54 pi. Okay? So we have 54 pi's. And the answer, this will be centimeter cube. So we have 6 times 9 is 54. If you don't know about this, you can learn about the multiplications. Chart. The multiplication chart is from 1 to 12 is recommended to know. And then the square of 1 to 20. And then the cube of from 1 cube to 6 cube is recommended to know. It's no mean you familiar with the numbers, so that when you see a numbers, you kind of like not really surprised like what it is, or you can kind of like break it down into the product of 2 or 3 numbers. For example, the 54s, when you see the 54, you know that it's 6 times 9, or if you know 6 times 9 is 54s. That will go back and forth. So doing forwards, you kind of like combine, make it more simple, like simplify it. But if you're breaking down the numbers, it's easier for you, so you go another way. It's easier for you to working on the problem. It requires factoring. And one more notic here is when you're working with the letters, so this in this case is pi. If you're not working towards, just kind of copy it down because you haven't touched it. While 3 square you distribute it, right? You have 3 squared is 9. Then you kind of simplify. 9 times 6 is 54. So you write 54 instead of that thing right here. But then we haven't touched the pi. That's why you drop it down at 54 pi. If further, they say if pi is equal to 3.14, then you have to multiply 54 with 3.14. But in this case, they don't ask you to do that. They just say leave pi in your answer. So in your answer, have to including pi. Thank you for participating in this series and see you next time.